I felt it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm going to run through a week 3 preview real quick before I go to work. Before I do that, I would like to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, helps the network, it helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose Network. I'm gonna run through I'm gonna run through the shows real quick. Things coming back. I guess not. Let's go. Let's keep moving. All right, so. Bro, I feel like I sneeze. It's not. I don't know, bro. If I sneeze when I sneeze, I guess. But anyway, we got main show featuring Joe, Tomo, Dave. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 7:00. We have BWT baseball with Teddy. Shout out my Tigers. Almost doing a no hitter. 1 out away from a combined no hitter, but we won 1-0 last night. 2.5 games back of that wild card, but baseball content through Teddy. We have FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Week 2 is upon us. It started Thursday. Continues tomorrow, obviously. All your fantasy football, FFC. Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights of sports. Check out Dave's Doghouse. Kings Talk with Joe Jordan. All Sacramento Kings content through that show. We have In the Red Corner boxing show featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. All your boxing through there. We have Unfazed featuring Joe and AJ. Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central. So check them out every Tuesday. And we got Real Ballers Only, RBO featuring Vaughn, NBA content. I'm going to just say episodes coming soon. But yeah, those are the shows on the network. Please check us out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now, we got the Saturday previews to literally less than 5 hours away. And we're going to start with LSU being 6.5-point favorites against my South Carolina boys. Today at 12 o'clock on ABC, Game Day will be there. Shout out Coach Staley. She will be a guest picker. Like I said, I'm going to run through this stuff real quick, pick my winner, keep it pushing. I ain't even going to get no explanation. So I'm going to just pick my winner, keep it pushing. LSU, get the ball to Kyron Lacey. Defense has to stop Lenoir Sellers. Harold Perkins has to wreck plays. Can LSU establish a run game? And they got to stop South Carolina's run game, which was huge for them. At South Carolina, they got to force turnovers. They got to force extra possessions, get the home crowd involved in the game, establish Rocket Sanders, pressure Garrett Nesmeyer, and take Kyron Lacey out of the game. My winner in this one, and a tight one. It hurt me to do this, but I have to go with LSU in a tight game. Next game, we got Alabama, 16.5-point favorites at Wisconsin. That game is today at 12 on Fox. For Alabama, I wrote score. Run up the score. Keep Wisconsin. Wisconsin's not going to score with you. Establish Justice Haynes and Jan Miller. Pressure Tyler Van Dyke. Put Wisconsin behind the chains and run Jalen Milroe. And for Wisconsin, I put make this a low-scoring game. Contain Jalen Milroe. Have to break long runs. Stay ahead of the chains and get off the field on third downs on defense. But my winner for this game, I'm going to roll with Alabama. 4th ranked Alabama, because I don't think I mentioned they was 4th ranked. The next game we have Memphis at Florida State. Florida State, comes in this game, 6.5-point favorites. This game is 12 o'clock on ESPN. Memphis, they got to run the ball. That's been Florida State Achilles heel. Seth Hannigan has to spread the football around. Rock Taylor, Demir Blankenship, all them guys. Force FSU to be behind the chains. Put pressure on DJ Uiagalelei. and forced turnovers. Now for FSU, finally got to find a way to stop the run. They got to force turnovers on their own. They got to put pressure on Seth Hannigan. They got to establish Roydale Williams. And they got to get the ball to Jalen Lucas. I'm going to keep saying that. They got to get Jalen Lucas the ball. He's one of the more explosive playmakers on the team. But I picked Florida State to win a close one. They have to win this game. Backs against the wall. They better win it. Now we're going to get a little dirty with this one. Cincinnati comes into the game on the road as 3.5-point dogs against Miami of Ohio. This game is 12 o'clock on ESPNU. For Cincinnati, I wrote they got to score. They can't collapse like last week because they have completely melted last week against Pitt. Force Miami of Ohio to pass the ball, get the ball to Xavier Henderson, and run Corey Kiner. For Miami of Ohio, make this a low-scoring game, force turnovers, contain Corey Kiner, stay in front of the chains, and Brett Gabbert has to take care of this football. My winner is Miami of Ohio in a defensive slugfest. I think Miami of Ohio pulls it out at home. Got a comment, and I'm moving to the next one. My boy Teddy, top of the morning. Hey, man, I see you in that baseball chat putting in stats and everything. Top of the morning to you, my boy. I'm trying to just run through this preview real quick before I go to work. So it ain't going to be as long and drawn out like the other weeks. Like I said, I'm literally running through it, going to work. Next game we got for y'all. It's a battle of two ranked teams, two top 25 teams, and 24th ranked Boston College at 6th ranked Mizzou, 12:45 on the SEC network. Mizzou comes into this game as 15.5-point favorites. For Boston College, their bread and butter has been the run game, so you got to establish that. They got to sustain long touchdown drives to keep the offense of Mizzou off the field and put up points. Touchdowns over field goals. Field goals ain't going to cut it. Run Thomas Castellanos and know where Luther Burden is, the wide receiver at all times. You got to know where he is. Now for Mizzou, they got to stop the run. Again, Boston College bread and butter. Get Boston College behind the chains because that's what you got to do with running teams. Contain Thomas Castellanos or he will kill you. Let me not say that. He will kill your team. Or I don't even know if I can say that either. I'm sorry. It's this football terminology, YouTube. Football. Or he will damage your team. I'll say that. He'll damage your team. Get the ball to Luther Burden and Theo Weiss, your two receivers, and you got to score. Put up a lot of points. Make BC have to score with you. My winner is going to be Mizzou. I don't know what to tell y'all whether it's going to be close or not. I battle with myself back and forth with this. I don't know if that game is going to be close or not. But we move on to Tulane at 15th ranked Oklahoma. At Oklahoma, 3:30. Oklahoma is favored by 13.5 points. I was hoping it went up to 14.5. Never did. You could buy the point. But Tulane, the defense hasn't come ready to play. Like last week, the defense came ready to play. Kansas State just found ways to make plays late to win that game. Win the turnover battle. Got to force Jackson Arnold turning the ball over. Establish Mekhi Hughes. That's always going to be Tulane's bread and butter for while he's there. Get Mario Williams the ball. Again, one of the highest ranked recruiting receivers recently. Probably the highest ranked recruit to go to Tulane. Well, he didn't initially go there, but y'all get what I'm saying. To play for Tulane, I should say that. And Darian Mensah has to use his legs when available. For Oklahoma, it's got to stop Mekhi Hughes. You got to stop him. They got to establish a run game. I put in parentheses Gavin Sawchuk. He got to get going. Pressure Darian Mensah because I think he's a true freshman. And contain Darian Mensah. Don't let him use his legs. They got to feed Deion Burke. Deion Burke had 3 touchdowns, I believe, his first game. Can't remember who they played, but he had 3 touchdowns. My winner and a close one, actually, I think Oklahoma wins it, but I don't think it's a blowout. I think Tulane makes it close. K-State was a really good team. They played last week. Should have won the overtime. Janky. I wouldn't say janky, but questionable offensive pass interference interrupted that. I think Oklahoma wins a close one. My next game is Texas A&M at Florida. ABC 3:30 at the Swamp. Texas A&M coming in as 3.5-point favorites. I know Florida announced that Graham Mertz is the starter, but I said Texas A&M has to prepare for DJ Lagway as well. Prepare like DJ Lagway is going to play. Connor Wegman has to be better. He has to be better. He didn't look good against Notre Dame. He got to be better in this one. Establish your bevy of running backs. They have 3. They have Le'Veon Moss, they have Amari Daniels, and they have Ruben Owens. Got to establish on through. Or get somebody going. Contain Montrell Johnson. And they have to take out this swamp crowd because a lot of teams get, they go in the swamp and they get flustered. The swamp, it just seems to do numbers to teams, except for Miami this past week. Well, not this past week, but week 1. Miami went in there, did their business. Florida, they got to stop Texas A&M run game. They got to get the ball to Trey Wilson, their best receiver, be able to run Montrell Johnson, force Connor Wakeman to turn the ball over, and got to figure out where Nick Gordon is on the defensive line because he will wreak havoc if you don't identify him early, leave him in one-on-one situations. But I'm going with the underdog here. I'm going with Florida to beat Texas A&M in the swamp. Should be a defensive battle. Who's going to blink first? I think Florida might mess around and be able to score a little bit better than Texas A&M. So I'm going to go with Florida in the upset. Well, I guess by gambling standards, this is an upset. I did not mean to hit edit. Save. My next game is West Virginia at Pittsburgh. The backyard brawl. Pittsburgh's at home. This game is 3:30 on ESPN2. What just happened? My computer just blinked. I don't know. We back. I don't know. But West Virginia, Garrett Green has to use his legs. The front four must pressure Eli Holston, another young guy. Have to contain Desmond Reed run game. Ain't got to contain him in the pass game. He killed Cincinnati on that. I guess it's football, man. It's football terminology. He hurt Cincinnati last week through the ground and through the air. Established C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White and win the turnover battle. For Pitt, they got to hit on big plays. The major reason why they was able to come back last week. They got to contain Garrett Green. They got to get the ball to Desmond Reed any way possible. Get the ball to Kanata Mumfield and stop West Virginia's run game because that's their bread and butter. But my winner is going to be WVU, West Virginia. I think they're too much up front. I think that's going to be an issue just like it was last year. And I think they're going to be able to establish the run. It's going to be tough to beat West Virginia when they do that. My next game is Oregon at Oregon State, the Civil War. Oregon comes into this Civil War 17.5-point favorites. This game is 3:30 on Fox. Oregon, Dylan Gabriel has to use his legs. Has to stop the Oregon State run game. That's always kind of been a staple. That Oregon State relying on the run. Put Oregon State offense behind the chains. Get Jordan James established through the ground and get the ball to Evan Stewart in open space and let him make plays. I would even throw Tez Johnson in that mix. We've seen what Tez Johnson could do as a return man in open space, return the punt for 85 yards last week. Get them to the ball in open space. For Oregon State, they got to contain Jordan James, run the ball effectively, create turnovers because you're going to have to create extra possessions for your offense. I said muck up the game. Make this game nasty. Just like the last two games Oregon has been. They have been in nasty games. Boise State was able to muck up the game. Ashton Jeanty breaking big runs, stuff like that. Idaho running trick plays, scoring touchdowns, keeping Oregon out the end zone. Just make this game feel nasty. And establish long touchdown drives. One, that keeps Oregon's offense off the field. And two, you score a touchdown. So it's a win-win. But my winner is going to be Oregon. I don't know whether or not this game's going to be close. I mean, judging off Oregon's last two performances, you would say it's going to be close, but who knows? Maybe Oregon figures it out and blows out Oregon State. Maybe they're up for this game. It's the civil rivalry. So, that's the civil rivalry. Civil war. So, it's a rivalry game. So, players, they get up for those. So, I don't know whether you should take the 17.5 or lay it. Don't ask me. I'm staying away from that as a gambler. My next game, App State at Eastern Carolina, 4 o'clock. On ESPNU, some Sunbelt American action, battle of two group of 5 schools. I got to show the group of 5 some love. For App State, Joey Aguilar has to continue with no interceptions. He's doing well, not turning the ball over on through the air. Get Caden Robinson the ball, who probably one of their better weapons. I would say probably their best weapon they have on the offensive end. Joey Aguilar, he's not really a runner, but when available, he has to use his legs. He has to force the App State defense has to force an interception. I would say 2. Jake Garcia, the quarterback for Eastern Carolina, has 7 interceptions through 2 games. Got to come away with some interceptions if you're giving them away like that. And you got to run Anderson Castle. Eastern Carolina, can they force Joey Aguilar's first interception? Jake Garcia got to take care of the football. Like I said, he has 7 picks, so you got to be better with that. Establish Raji Harris, the running back. Make this a low-scoring game. And they need splash plays. They need to make plays to, get the crowd involved, 20-plus yard plays, things like that. But I think App State wins the game. I think App State wins on the road. They're picked to win the Sun Belt by a lot of people. Y'all know I picked Texas State. Texas State. Oh, we got to talk about that game tomorrow, but I think App State is just a better team. I know Eastern Carolina's at home. I think it would be very competitive, but I think App State pulls it out. Got a comment. We'll move on to the night games. He says taking Oregon by 13.5. I mean, hey, man, I'm staying away, but you do your thing, big dog. Do your thing. Next game. I really picked this one because it's an SEC game. Messed up. SEC game. Really, it was some games I could have chose over this, but I had to talk about this one. Number 1 ranked Georgia at Kentucky, 7:30 on ABC. Now Kentucky. Georgia is not ranked. Favored by 22.5 points. It went down. It was 24.5 at one point. Low key sick because I think I got it at 24.5. But Georgia. Oh, this game 7:30 on ABC. For Georgia, just play Georgia football. What does that mean? Just play hard-nosed defense. Smash mouth football. Run the ball down their throat. Just play Georgia football. Put Kentucky behind the chains. Run Trevor Etienne, who should be he played last week, so he should be playing this week. Due to the DY and all that. And Nate Frazier, establish them too on the ground. I would say force Brock Vandegrift's interceptions because he threw 2 against South Carolina. I'm pretty sure Georgia can get one with those guys and stop Kentucky's run game. Have to stop the run game to force Brock Vandegrift to throw the ball. And plus, they probably know him best. He transferred from Georgia. Kentucky has to find ways to hang around. Just find ways to be late in the ball game, down 5, which will kill my parlay. Down 5, chance to go in and win it, down 4, down 3, something like that, with a chance to go up late to possibly win the game. You got to find a way to be in that situation. You'll take that. Has to force multiple turnovers because I think Georgia's going to force their own turnovers. Brock Vandegrift has to be better. Again, threw 2 picks, including a pick 6. Find Dane Key and Jamori Macklin, the 2 weapons. And I mean, you got Barry and Brown, you can throw in there too. And you got to stop the run. You got to stop the run because that's what Georgia's going to want to establish. But my one is going to be Georgia. I got Georgia winning this game. And we move on to I think will be a better game. Indiana at UCLA. Indiana comes into this game 3.5-point favorites going against UCLA on the road, 7:30 NBC. Indiana forced the UCLA offense to score. I've only seen UCLA play once, and it was against Hawaii, and I did not like what I saw from that offense. Curtis Work has to be efficient because UCLA does have a pretty good defense. Force Ethan Garbers to throw a pick. I think he has 2 on the year. I think he has 1. I want to say he has 2 on the year. Find where Rico Flores Jr. is at wide receiver, the highly touted transfer out of Notre Dame. And establish Justice Ellison, the running back transfer from Wake Forest. Now for UCLA, Ethan Garbers has to be better. Can't be throwing those picks. Can they pressure Curtis Rourke? Which he's an older guy coming from University of Ohio. Establish a run game because that run game, from what I saw, was not good. Rico Flores Jr., Jermichael Sturdivant has to step up at wide receiver, and they got to find a way to contain Justice Ellison, the running back for Indiana. Now, I picked Indiana to win. Indiana, I believe, has the better offense. And I love what Kirk Cignetti and the boys are doing. I love how you got them boys playing. UCLA offense is a struggle bus to me. So I'm going to roll with Indiana on the road to get the win. Next game. I know a lot of people probably going to be watching this one. Colorado at Colorado State, 7:30 on CBS. Now, Colorado is favored by 7.5 points going into this matchup. For Colorado, they have to protect Shedeur Sanders better. Last week, Shedeur got sacked 6 times. Can't allow that to happen. Get the ball to the perimeter players. Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, LaJohntay Wester, Will Shepherd, guys like that. I think they need to kind of run some more plays where Will Shepherd is going downfield. Will Shepherd is a guy who can make contested catches. So I think they need to more so get him in those situations too. They got to find a way to establish a run game. They got to find a way to establish a run game. They got to force turnovers, and the defense has to be lights out or continue to play lights out. Now, you might be saying, Carl, Nebraska put up 28. 7 of those points came from a pick 6, and Colorado shut out Nebraska in the second half. That defense played really well in the second half. I don't think Nebraska was playing like, let's just contain the lead, get out of here. No, they played really good. And then the second half against North Dakota State, they only let up 6 points, and that was at the end of the game. Now they almost let up the game with a Hail Mary, but the last two second halves, Colorado's only giving up 6 points. Now for Colorado State, they got to pressure Shedeur Sanders. You see, we put pressure on him, it go bad. They got to find Travis on offense because that's who they're going to go to the most. They're going to go to their playmaker, Travis Hunter, who rightfully so. And avoid Travis Hunter on defense because he makes plays on both sides of the ball. So you don't want to really give him too many chances to make a pick on one end. But you got to find a way and try to contain him on the other end as well. Be ready for extended run plays because they can't establish a run. So they like to run screens and like end around, stuff like that as extended run plays. And Braden Fowler-Nkosi has to be really good tonight at quarterback. They're going to rely on him a lot. It's going to be a quarterback duel, and he got to show up ready to play. Now, I battled back and forth who I got winning this game. I did. But in the end, I chose the gambling upset. I chose Colorado State to win at home to get their revenge. And honestly, the reason why I did that is because last year they should have won the game too. They should have won last year. Came in with a really good game plan, ran a lot of shallow crosses. They were able to put so much pressure on Shedeur with Muhammad Kamara, who's not there anymore. He's currently in the NFL, so shout out to him. But they were able to put pressure on Colorado. I think they're still going to be able to put pressure on Shedeur. And I think they'll come in with a really good game plan to pull off the gambling upset and win at home and get their revenge against Colorado. 2 comments, and I got 2 more games left. The over in this game might hit according to last year's game, but I got Colorado. I don't even know the over-under in this game, to be completely honest with you, Teddy. So I can't even lie to you and tell you if it is or if they're going to hit. I'll move on. I'll come back to that. My next game is UCF at TCU. Now, this game swung. UCF came in favorite. TCU is now favored at home by 1.5, which, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I don't even remember if I bet this game. I might have. But catch this game 7:30 on Fox. UCF, they got to be able to run it up. Got to score points. I know Gauss Malzahn loves to have offenses that can score at will. That's why I said they got to run it up. They got to force Josh Hoover's first interception. Josh Hoover's actually been protecting the football. If you remember, I came into the season saying I like Josh Hoover. He just had a little bit of a turnover issue. No pick so far. KJ Jefferson has to push the ball downfield effectively. Now, the game I watched was the first game. That was against, I can't remember. I think it was an FCS school. Yeah, it was against New Hampshire. And he just could not throw the ball down the field. He could not push the ball down the field. I'm going to need him to be able to do that more effectively. They got to contain Cam Cook, the running back for TCU, who's breaking out to me. I thought Trey Sanders might be the running back. He got kind of put in the doghouse against Stanford. Cam Cook played well, and he's continued to be the running back. They got to establish R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey is just nasty as a running back. He can kind of do it all. For UC, and they got to get the ball to J.P. Richardson and Savion Williams. Oh, wait, whoa. Skip past. My bad. That's for TCU. I don't know what I read that as Johnny Richardson, so that's why I read it. But TCU, force UCF in passing situations. Make KJ Jefferson have to consistently beat you through the air. Get the ball to J.P. Richardson and Savion Williams, your 2 wide receivers. J.P. Richardson, you want to get the ball in open space. Savion, he can kind of do it all. Establish Cam Cook. Josh Hoover continue to take care of the football and contain R.J. Harvey and Johnny Richardson. Those are my keys for TCU. I battle with myself on this game too. Because part of me, I don't trust KJ Jefferson to consistently beat TCU through the air. But part of me feels like TCU defense can be susceptible to the pass. I like Kobe Hudson on the outside. I wrote down UCF to win this game. I'm going to stick to what I wrote down. I'm going to stick to UCF. This game is tough for me to pick. I don't even remember if I bet this game or not. And if I did, I probably bet UCF. If I didn't, I'm probably going to stay away unless I'm forced to bet late night. But I'm going to roll with UCF. Now, the last game I got for y'all tonight. My bad comments. Top of the morning. Shout out Blaze. Shout out my boy. And then he put MSU trash. Well, MSU is 2-0 and MSU won me some Chipotle, my boy. So I'm going to need you to remove that trash being my boy. Put UMD is trash. Oh, by the way, MSU plays Prairie View A&M today, so that's why I'm not previewing their game. No way. They better win that game by at least 30. Last game I got for y'all is one of my favorite games of the night. Maryland travels into Charlottesville to take on UVA. Maryland is 1.5-point favorites against Virginia. This is a rematch of last year. This would normally be an ACC battle, but, Maryland ain't been in the ACCs for like 10 years now. But this game is 8 o'clock on the ACC network. Maryland have to be prepared for a shootout. I think this game is going to be a shootout. I think Billy Edwards and Anthony Calandria better have their arms loose because they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. Billy Edwards had to take care of the football. Now, he did only have one pick last week, but I think it was crucial. Forced Anthony Calandria to turn the ball over. I want to say Calandria had like 1 or 2 last week against Wake Forest. Got to get extra possessions if it's going to be a shootout. Run Roman Hemby, and they got to get Ty Felton and Caden Prather the ball on the outside for Virginia. Anthony Calandria has to take care of the football. They got to find Malachi Fields to get him the ball. He was key last week. They got to establish Kobe Pace. They got to establish a run game period, but Kobe Pace, I believe, is the lead back for those guys. You'd rather not be comeback Calandria. He had to be comeback Calandria last week. You'd rather not do it. We had to be comeback kids last week too, but you'd rather stay in front. And you got to contain Roman Hemby. You got to contain him and make UMD beat you through the air all game. But I'm going with the upset. Y'all know I love me some Anthony Calandria. I put in one of the chats that I think Anthony Calandria is going to be a guy that raises up people's draft boards at quarterback. He's only a sophomore. I think the guy is really talented. He got UVA 2-0 for the first time since 2020. So shout out to him for that. I think UVA goes to 3-0. I think Calandria could get it done. Last year, he was almost got it done, but then he had those stupid interceptions. I think one started late through the third or maybe to start the fourth. He had back-to-back interceptions that took Maryland out the game. Don't see it happening this year. I think he grows from it. Virginia wins the game. And that's all I got for y'all this morning. Y'all enjoy this college football. We got a big slate. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't know what time to recap the games. I already got Thursday and Friday written up. I just got to go through Saturday, watch the games, recap them. But, again, y'all enjoy y'all college football morning. Watch our college game day. Do whatever you got to do. Get y'all parlays in. I already know how I go. Oh, speaking of, my bad, Teddy. Let me look at this over-under real quick because I definitely said I'd look at it and come back. It's going to take me a minute because neither team is ranked, so I got to scroll all the way to the bottom. They play late. Here we go. Ooh, 58.5 is a nasty. Oh, it's 59.5 now. I don't know if I would touch that if I was you, Teddy. 59.5 is a lot of points. Even with a score like 31-28, you don't even cover. I don't know if I'm touching that. Yeah, I got 58.5. And then it opened at 59.5. Okay, it went down to 58.5. That's still tough to cover. I don't know if I'm touching that one. Me personally, I'm staying away, but that's just me. I know you're going to say it's gambling, so do your thing, my boy. Oh, he said I didn't. All right, cool. But, yeah, figured I'd get that for you. So, again, y'all enjoy your morning. I'm gone. I'm about to get ready for work. Till tomorrow, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Feel the